thanks for being part of a great conversation tonight about content. One of the things that we touched on was the emerging trends when it comes to content strategy. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, look, we're starting to see a shift towards responsive design. What that allows us to do is build sites that will render depending on the platform. So you don't need to build for iPad and Samsung Galaxy and mobile sites. It will actually render. So HTML5 will allow that. The other thing we're starting to see in the advertising realm is a shift from purchasing rich media or standard media like Networx and leaderboards, but actually purchasing sponsorship of content and this integrated content solution.
Oh, okay, tell me more about that.
So, for example, we have one particular advertiser that sponsors our good news. So all of our good news content is brought to you by a particular partner. So it's really about not just having advertising placements, it's about owning content and sponsoring content. We run pledges and surveys and interactive devices that allow our customers and our advertisers to integrate with us.
Fantastic. So the content actually blends, the advertising blends in with the content. That's so exactly much that it becomes just part of the experience.
So it's really more about sponsorship of content now rather than advertising placements.
Awesome. Emma, thanks once again for your time tonight, and yeah, thanks for sharing your insights into how we develop a good content strategy.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Iain, we've had a great conversation tonight about content. One of the questions that we didn't really get a great handle on is how do we use content in a really good, robust marketing strategy?
Okay, so content should be the centre of your strategy, because essentially what you're doing is you're producing that content and then you're syndicating out through lots of different channels. So for example, if you've got content in the middle, you could then be syndicating it out to SEO, you could be syndicating it out to social platforms, you can be sending EDMs. It's all based on how good that quality is. So it's literally the centre of everything. I think one of the best ways is that it fuels a digital strategy, basically. If you haven't got any fuel, you're not going to get very far. So if you've got nothing to say, it's very difficult to go on social media and to get good SEO rankings.
Okay. With the recent changes, from Google's perspective, Penguin, Panda, whatever, next black and white animal, just how important is content from a search engine optimization perspective?
Massively. Again, it's literally at the centre of everything, because what happens is good content gives off really positive signals. There's over 200 different ranking factors for SEO, so trying to stay on top of it is nearly impossible. Google changes the algorithm 500 to 600 times a year. It's about 1.4 times a day. Trying to stay on top of that, it's impossible. You're basically just trying to fake having a good website. Essentially, make a good website with good content. And I think probably a closing sentiment would be basically make the internet a better place. If you do that, you'll do really, really well.
Awesome, I love that. Make the internet a better place with good content. Thanks once again for your time, Iain.
No worries.
Cool.
Scott, you spoke a lot tonight about the importance of consumer insights when it comes to designing a content strategy. Can you tell us a bit more about exactly what you mean by those insights?
Well, it's about using available information and data that you can get to kind of come up with that insight-driven kind of creative approach. So it might be your web traffic, or it might be using Facebook Insights, or it might be doing Vox Pops in the street. It's just getting that understanding of what's the user behaviour, what's the human behaviour, and then how you can apply that to make something interesting.
Okay. Once we've created that insight-driven content, how do we get it shared?
We've got to publish it somewhere.
Yep.
And most of the time it's going to be probably, if it's a video thing, published onto YouTube or Vimeo, and then using a Facebook or a Twitter to kind of spread that out to people. And it's going to go onto some kind of platform, but then to get it shared, when you say put it out as a brand, but then to get it shared by consumers or customers or users, it's going to need to have that mechanism built in, something short, and the content itself needs to be interesting and relevant, or something that's going to make people look good or funny or interesting for sharing it themselves.
Is there value in paying for it to be shared?
There is, if you want to keep metrics-driven clients happy, which happens.
Yep.
Spend your couple of $100 and get yourself 5,000 likes on something, but no, it's a false metric, doesn't work.
Okay, cool. Thanks once again for your always different insights into how marketing works, and thanks for your time tonight, Scott.